Hello. Hi, everyone. This is Tandy Elisala, your Cancer Thriver coach and Can Heal mentor. I am super excited to be interviewing, just chatting with Miss Vanessa Bishop. She is a brain cancer thriver, and I followed Vanessa and her story from my good friend, Dr. Jerry Eddington, who is Vanessa's cousin. Or second cousin, I guess, right? And I, was praying for Vanessa and following her story, and I was so inspired. As a 4-time cancer thriver myself, I can appreciate what, the challenges and the decisions that Vanessa faced as a very young woman. So I am honored to be chatting here today with Vanessa. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Yay. So I would love to start by just before we start with your cancer journey, tell us a little bit more about you and what your life was like before you got the diagnosis.
Okay, so before until now, I'm really adventurous and I like to travel and talk and to skydive, and I want to change the world, and pretty much now just the execution of some of that stuff has changed. I still like those things, but it's different now.
Yeah. So let's fast forward to when you got the diagnosis. What went through your head, when you were first diagnosed, when the doctor said, it's brain cancer?
Well, first of all, we weren't told anything before surgery, so after surgery, it was a nightmare, and I was like, at the time, I was 20, and I'm like, I have so much to do.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So how did you go about making the decisions that you did about the treatment that you would receive? Like, how did you, as a young woman, make such critical decisions, for yourself? And I know you went to CHIPSA. So, maybe tell us a little bit about that decision-making process and what led you to make the decision to go there for treatment.
Well, I think the big thing is I was told what could possibly happen with chemo and radiation, and I'm like, there has to be a better way. And we had a friend who was looking up different alternative places and going to Tijuana, Mexico. Even though it was 15 minutes from the border, they could do so much because they're out of the country.
Yes, exactly. So what attracted you to CHIPSA? Was there a specific therapy that you resonated with, that you thought, wow, this is like my best chance?
I think for the most part, because they could do more, because they were out of the country. Then we got there, and they're a lot more compassionate there than in the US. It was just better, a lot better.
Yeah. Wow. And what is or was your secret to healing? You know, as cancer, people going through cancer, there's a certain level of resilience, you know, that we've got to have to go through everything that we have to go through in order to, you know, come the other side healthy. So what were those? How did you find those moments, and how did you build the resilience that allowed you to heal?
I think my faith is huge, and the love and support of people and positivity goes a lot to become things. So being positive, which I have always been, so kind of easy, but at the time, not, because no one wants cancer.
Right. Yeah.
So I've had experience with being positive.
Nice. And I know faith has been a really important aspect for you as well. And, you know, when I was going through cancer treatment, and you know, there were tough days, and during those tough times, I really had to dig deep, you know, and I know you have said something similar on videos where you've said, you know, like, I believe I'm here for a reason, because God wouldn't have, you know, brought me this far just to come this far. You know, that's essentially, you know, that. And I certainly had to really dig and rely on and trust in God, trust in myself, trust in everyone that was taking care of me, and trusting in life. So I can appreciate the power faith has in healing. Talk to us a little bit about your faith and how your faith played a role in healing for you.
Well, because of that, I have this greater hope, and I have thousands of prayer warriors all over the world. And just because you have cancer doesn't mean anything. You can go on the road, you can have cancer. So, and I think God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. And if he was done with anyone, we wouldn't be here. And that goes for anyone.
Yes, amen. I love that. So tell us about the situation when you were at CHPSA and you were learning how to walk again. And I know you were in a wheelchair and you had transitioned to a walker. Super powerful young woman you are. And I watched a video of you and your mother dropping that wheelchair over not in the ocean, but over the cliff there at the beach. Talk to us about why you did that and what that, like symbolically, what that meant for you.
Well, first of all, I planned that since last summer, so that was huge. And it gives me more independence. And it's hard. It's different. It's like a whole new world. It's slower. It's more embarrassing. You don't have hands. So I have a cup holder on it. You've had to use cross bodies. And I sometimes like around the house, not in public because it's not cute. I'll put the basket on it to put stuff in because you can't carry anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different.
What is the first thing that you did when you left Chipsa this last time?
Well, now I'm back to college, which is also different, but it's good. And I think it's needed. Like, I have friends here, I have more independence, etc., etc.
Yeah. And what are you studying in college?
Right this second, I'm going for teaching. But I might do occupational therapy because I can relate now. I have experience now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how has the experience of cancer, changed your vision for your life in terms of what you want to do and how you want to serve and, the problems that you want to help solve in this world?
Well, I've always had lots of goals, but now more goals than before. For example, I want to invent a wheelchair that's cute and efficient and comfy. Get her butt so bad. And I want to help people in wheelchairs because I know the little things that aren't little at all.
Yes.
And I'm writing a book.
Vanessa! Yay! Tell us about that.
Well, I want to help people that are going through something similar, or if they're not, be an inspiration. And I want to be a motivational speaker. So, for example, I've always wanted to travel, but now I have a good reason to.
Yes. Have you started writing your book yet?
I have
Ooh.
like 50 pages.
Yes. That's awesome. Oh my
Thank you.
gosh. That's amazing. You know, I'm
Thank
along a
you.
similar path. I've written a number of books and contributed to a number of books, and I'm writing a book right now as well. Um,
Oh.
yes, like healing from the inside, um, healing from the inside out. How I healed cancer 4 times, and how you can too. So that'll be really interesting. We'll have to definitely like see if we're like if we release our books around the same time and can somehow, you know, help promote each other or something.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So Jessica says, I don't know if you can see the comments on Facebook on your computer, but Jessica says, you're already inspiring, Vanessa. Yes, and
Thank you,
are.
Jessica.
Yes, you absolutely are. You are an amazing young woman. And you had talked at the very beginning about how you love to travel and how, you know, now it's a little different. But there's one thing that you did that's on my life list. I don't call it a bucket list. I call it a life list.
Oh.
And yes, and you did it, I think, right before college, which was skydiving. So talk to us about that experience for those of us that have that on our list of things to do.
Well, it was good. Surprisingly, even easier than before surgery. I think because much so and you have a position, so that's your and how I definitely how
Oh, wow.
as usually don't like come in and slide on your butt, but I stood like hurry out to death.
Aww. So I know that, you know, and I know through your research, you found this as well, you know, that our nutrition is super important to healing and overall health. And can you share some of your key, the things that you did and or are doing to help you stay healthy, that, you know, around, you know, nutrition?
So the main thing is ketogenic diet. Heard of that? It's like no sugar, very, very, very little carbs, and in a nutshell, it's high in healthy fats, which are good for the brain, because the brain needs fat. And I try to exercise 5 days a week, and I've lost over 100 pounds.
Oh my God!
And thank you. and I lots of stuff.
Wow.
But when you can't have sugar, you realize how often it's in stuff. Like pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sugar has so many different names. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of products don't just say sugar, you know, but other naming conventions for it. So, you know, it's up to us to figure out what has sugar in it, you know. So did you take any particular classes or read any particular books or just do research on your own? Because sugar is definitely a biggie.
Yeah. And cancer loves sugar. So like now so our friends that found Chipsa is really into natural methods. So basically she helped me a lot.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, the CHIPS classes and stuff that they offer. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what do you do, Jessica? Oh my gosh, Vanessa, what do you do on a ongoing basis for your self-care to balance your mind and your body and your spirit? You know, what are some specific tips and tools and things that you do to ensure that you are in alignment?
Well, the ketogenic diet and exercise, and I take supplements and vigorous shots, which are like frozen ice cubes, and you put them in water, and they're equivalent to about 5 pounds of leafy greens, so
Wow.
a lot. And they don't taste bad, because I've had some stuff that tastes bad, and they don't. They're called wheatgrass, but don't taste like grass.
So you had mentioned that you have a positive outlook and you've always positive and that has certainly helped. Do you have a specific like gratitude practice or gratitude or like a positive mindset, anything that you specifically do, that people would like to know about, or is it more just integrated into your daily life and what you do?
Yeah, I'd say that integrated and prayer does my lifestyle.
Yes. And what kind of exercise do you do?
Well, that depends. 'Cause each day I'll do a muscle group, like my arms, or my legs, or my abs, or my chest, or my shoulders, or my back.
So you just like rotate then? Like
Yeah.
one day you do abs, an ab day, a leg day, a arms day, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. So weight training, strength training.
And cardio. I
Yes.
love cardio. And the walker's like double cardio.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So what kind of support do you have there at college, at your dorm?
Um, they have accessibility services, which got me accommodations in the classroom, and I have disability transportation, 'cause here it's hilly, really hilly, and so many stairs, and I'm like, that's hard, even with disability.
Yes. Oh, that's good. So what advice, if people here, are listening to this, watching this, and they may have cancer right now, or, are faced with a diagnosis, or maybe in the future, what advice would you give to someone going through cancer?
Well, first of all, I give them my number to talk, 'cause I love talking and I've been there, so I get it. And I'd say, try your best to think positively, and also try to lay off the sugar whenever possible, and on alternative treatments, because some people don't realize this, but you have options. You don't have to do conventional this, conventional that, all what the doctors say. You don't have to do that.
Yes, that's exactly right. And I think so many people that have gone through cancer fall into this false thinking that the doctor knows what's best. And so I've got to listen to the doctor. I've got to do what the doctor says. When, as you pointed out, that's not the case. It's not that doctors are wrong. It's just, doctors don't even get a nutrition class in college, in medical school. So it's really tough sometimes to stand up to the doctors and to stand up for yourself, and to do what you think is right. And so that leads me to another question, because I've had some friends that have had cancer diagnoses before, and their doctors fired them. And some of my friends, they fired their doctor, but their doctor was very, like, if it's not my way, you're going to die, kind of thing. And I think that's so unfortunate. Yet it's, I think, prevalent in some areas of our country. And how did you have the courage, to stand up for yourself and to stand your ground with the medical community?
Well, basically, personally, we just did it. And in the hospital room, because on the menu, it was all sugar. It was because I couldn't eat all day. So it was ice cream and pudding and sherbet and Italian. It's like now, so in the room, a spits room, it's running, but me was take today. I'm the same thing.
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd be going to Chipsa or a place like Chipsa, and I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would love to know, about your life now, which we know you're in college, you're thriving, you're doing well. Where do you see yourself after graduation? What are your plans, for the next 5 years or so?
Let's go home. New interview. But I'm not sure. I want to change the world and inspire people and have a nice, happy family.
Aww.
And try a lot.
Yes. Yes, yes. How many kids do you want?
One and so at least 2, but be 3 or 4. How that for needs me.
I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness. Oh, so are there any questions that you wish I would have asked you that I didn't, or anything else, any last words, parting words that you'd like to share with our audience today?
I could talk for hours. I think we could a good bit.
Okay, say that last part again.
Think for it a good bit.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Vanessa.
Yeah.
I think we're having a little bit of a delay, so go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even though I could talk and talk and talk and talk.
Well, you know what? You're writing your book, which I think is amazing. And
thank you.
Oh my gosh. Do you, are you planning on self-publishing that book or looking for a publisher?
I think slash for now.
Nice. Very cool.
Thank
well,
you.
I have no doubt that your book will be an international bestseller, and will definitely, yeah, it'll inspire so many people.
Thank you. People need to know they have options. I have a lot to say.
Yes. So if you're watching this, listening to this, and you or a loved one is facing a diagnosis of cancer, know that you have options. And, Vanessa is a thriver, and she's doing great, and she utilized her options. And I think, and I, as did I. And so I think that's what makes us warriors, for sure.
By the way, I love that you say thriver. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, I personally, I love thriver because there are, it implies that you are thriving, and that you're healthy and all of that. I think survivor limits us, and so yeah. So I'm glad you resonate with that. Jerry says, yes, Vanessa, there are options.
Aww.
Yes,
I
yes.
love her.
And she says, yes, thriver. She loves that term as well. We had lunch recently, and we were talking about that, the thriver concept, for sure. So, all right. Well, from one thriver to another, I thank you so much for taking this time out of, I know, your busy schedule to be with us and to chat about your experience. Jerry says, love you both. And and I would love to have you back when you are about to publish your book or release your book, and we can chat more about that as well. And I'd love to support you in any way that I can.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for having.
Yes, you are very welcome, Vanessa. All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.